All right, it's time to talk about one of the best features inside of vMix, and that is vMix Social. If you have never seen vMix Social before, this is what it looks like. It's an incredible application that bridges the gap between Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, and IRC, which is a kind of open source chat application that can bring in chat messages as well into one unified experience that you can use to manage and moderate all the chat messages and show them directly into vMix. So it's very, very cool. And it all kind of starts by adding, running vMix and seeing that it's connected. So I have vMix running and I have vMix Social running. There are two apps that work together. And basically you log in to each of these applications, and Twitter's a good one to use as an example. I'll zoom out a little bit here. We can log in to Twitter, authorize the app, get the app code, type it into vMix Social, and let's just look for any time someone has said something about StreamGeeks. And click OK. I hope something comes up. 3 things came up. Wonderful. 3 times people on Twitter have talked about us. Now, to manage this, we hit the View button, and boom, up comes the vMix Social web controller. So these really work hand in hand. You turn everything on and connect everything with the vMix Social app, and then you're able to monitor and control everything in this vMix Social web browser. So with that being said, what we can do next is we want to add an input inside of vMix so that we can have a nice title to map everything to. And this is going to make a little bit more sense once we add a title. So let's add a social media title. Now, these are all great titles that are already ready to go. I really like this social ticker blue. That's like a sidebar. But let's just pick any of these. Let's do this orange goss one. And essentially, this orange goss one looks like this, right? That is the orange goss. Now, inside of vMix Social, we need to tell vMix Social that's where we want to send the content. We want to send it to the orange goss one that it's detecting that already exists. And we can trigger it on overlay 3. And we learned about overlays in our last video. It will, there's 6 layers of overlays if you include the 2 stingers. And we can say, when I trigger this, go ahead and show it up on overlay 3. And what does trigger overlay mean? Well, it means that when we're over here in our vMix Social dashboard, which we can access from any computer, and honestly, I do this a lot. A lot of times I'll be at a different computer than the main vMix production computer. I'll see a comment come in, and I'll click send. And boom, it will send the comment directly to the title that's in vMix. Now, since we're saying trigger overlay, it will make it go up on overlay 3. But at the same time, if we don't have trigger overlay set up, it will just send the title to, basically the title that the producer would have to show on the overlay title. So that's kind of the way it works. And essentially, you have the ability to mix YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch together. There's a few more options in here. I do like to have the overlay triggered, but I think sometimes that annoys our producer because then it pops up and he didn't turn it on. And he's like, I was using overlay 3 for something else. So maybe you want to use it, maybe not. You can also have it automatically update title with the most recent entries every 15 seconds or so. And you can choose to have just queued entries or repeat entries. And what that means is as you send different entries, basically you have the option as you select these to either send it directly to the title or add it to the queue, and then you can view your queue. So a lot of times what will happen is you'll be receiving lots of different comments, lots on Facebook, lots on YouTube, and you only want to really, look at a few of them. You want to, queue up all the best ones, and then you can go through your queue and say, all right, I'm going to send that one. Now I'm going to send this one. Now I'm going to send this one. So vMix Social allows you to take the massive amount of comments that can be coming from multiple sources of social media networks, create a queue, a curated queue of them, and then decide when you want to send them directly into a integrated social media title. So that's the quick down and dirty of vMix Social. And it is an app that is installed on your Windows computer when you install Windows. So you run both at once. Generally, you open up vMix, you add your social media titles, you open up vMix Social, you connect to all of the social media channels. I should mention that when you connect to YouTube, you also have to select the YouTube live stream that you want vMix to pull the comments from. Same is true with Facebook. When you connect to Facebook, you have to choose the post that you want vMix to pull the comments from. Twitter's a little different. You have the ability to search for hashtags or Twitter handles. And then Twitch just really latches onto the live stream chat because it's really more of a live streaming platform. So that's it for vMix Social. I've always enjoyed vMix Social as a great tool for showing live comments. People ask about it all the time, and I hope you get a lot out of it.